Have you ever heard the phrase, the city of seven ravines? It sounds like something straight out of a fantasy novel, doesn't it?
It really does. It sounds like a hidden location on a treasure map. But knowing you, we're probably talking about real-world history today.
We absolutely are. And honestly, the reality is just as impressive as fiction. We are talking about a massive archaeological discovery in the Kazakh steppe that is completely changing how we look at the Bronze Age.
Okay, I'm listening. What is this place?
It's called Semiyarka, and the nickname City of Seven Ravines comes from its dramatic location. It's perched right on the edge of the Irtysh River in northeastern Kazakhstan, sitting above a network of seven valleys.
That paints quite a picture. So when we say Bronze Age, how far back are we going?
We're looking at roughly 1600 BC, so over 3,500 years ago.
1600 BC. Usually when I think of the Eurasian steppe during that time, I picture nomadic tribes. People living in yurts, moving with their herds, leaving very light footprints on the land.
Exactly. That's the standard model we've all been taught. Small villages, seasonal camps, mobile communities. But Semiyarka breaks that mold completely.
How so?
Well, first, it's huge. The site covers about 140 hectares. To give you a sense of scale, that's larger than many modern industrial parks or small town centers. And it wasn't just a random collection of tents. This place was planned.
Planned? You mean like urban planning?
In a prehistoric sense, yes. The archaeologists found rectilinear earthworks, basically straight lines in organized boundaries. They found enclosed household compounds and even a central monumental building.
A monumental building implies something big, maybe for government or religion?
That's the theory. It was likely used for rituals or some kind of governance. This tells us that the people living there weren't just passing through. They were building a society with structure, hierarchy, and permanence.
That is a huge shift in perspective. So these mobile steppe communities were actually capable of building cities?
Precisely. But here is the kicker. Semiyarka wasn't just a place to live. It was an industrial powerhouse.
Industrial? Like a factory?
Think of it as a heavy manufacturing hub of the ancient world. The team found an area of the city dedicated almost entirely to metal production.
Bronze, I assume?
Yes, but specifically tin bronze. This is significant because tin bronze was the high-tech material of the age. It's harder and more durable than simple copper.
And finding evidence of that production is rare, isn't it?
It's incredibly rare to find it on this scale in the steppe. The excavations uncovered crucibles, which are the clay pots used to melt metal, along with slag, which is the waste product from smelting, and finished bronze artifacts like axes.
So this wasn't just a guy in a backyard making a knife.
No, not at all. This was a complex production system. The evidence suggests that these metallurgists were operating on a scale we haven't really seen before in this region. It transforms the idea of the steppe from a pass-through zone into a center of innovation.
I'm thinking about the location again. You mentioned it overlooks the river. That must have been strategic.
Oh, absolutely. It's on a promontory, so it's naturally defended, but it also controls movement along the Irtysh River Valley.
Which makes it perfect for trade.
Exactly. If you control the river, you control the flow of goods. Plus, it's located near the Altai Mountains, which are rich in copper and tin deposits.
So they had the raw materials nearby, the river for transport, and the technology to process it. Semiyarka was basically a major node in a massive trade network connecting Central Asia to the rest of the continent.
You've got it. It's a perfect storm for an economic boom in 1600 BC.
Could you tell us who the people behind this discovery are? Digging up a 140-hectare site sounds like a massive undertaking.
It was a big international team. It was led by researchers from UCL and Durham University here in the UK and Toraighyrov University in Kazakhstan.
Nice to see that kind of cross-border collaboration.
Definitely. Dr. Victor Mers and Dr. Ilya Mers from Kazakhstan have been surveying this site for years, but by teaming up with Dr. Miljana Radivovich and Professor Dan Lawrence, they brought in cutting-edge methods like geophysical surveys and drone photography.
That tech must help a lot when you're trying to map out earthworks that are barely visible from the ground.
It's essential. In fact, one of the photos from the survey shows these faint outlines of the compounds from the air. It's ghostly, but it proves the layout was incredibly structured.
It's fascinating to hear what the researchers themselves think about it.
Well, Professor Lawrence noted that the structure is unlike anything else seen in the steppe zone. He compared it to the urban settlements of more famous ancient civilizations.
And Dr. Radivovich pointed out that this fills a blank spot on the map. We knew tin bronze was the cornerstone of the economy, but we didn't know where it was being made. Now we do.
It's amazing how one site can rewrite the history books. We go from thinking of this area as open, empty grassland to realizing it harbored urban ingenuity equal to the great civilizations of the time.
That's the perfect way to put it. The city of Seven Ravines is a reminder that history is often much more complex and much more sophisticated than we give it credit for.
That's the perfect way to put it. The city of Seven Ravines is a reminder that history is often much more complex and much more sophisticated than we give it credit for.
Well, I'm certainly going to look at a map of Kazakhstan a little differently now. Thanks for bringing this one to the table.
My pleasure. It just goes to show there's always more waiting to be unearthed.
Absolutely. Until next time.